Hello guys, I hope you're doing great. So today I'll show you how could you create a nice welcome screen. So we'll follow this design a little bit, but we'll try to make little better and little different, maybe for an coffee shop. So let's start. So firstly, I did a little thing. So I have created a folder called app. So there we will store all of our codes like screens, and then I have created a folder called screens, and here we will have all of our screens. So right now we just have our welcome screen, and then we just have an empty folder called components. So our all components will go there, and on the app.js I'm just returning the welcome screen. So that is what I did. And also I am using something called tailwind React Native. Okay, this library, I will use that as an utility library, and it will sorry, this one. Okay, so this one, this makes thing 30 times easier. I've installed the package. So what it allows us to do, it allows us to use Tailwind CSS utility classes on React Native. Okay, which is really nice. So let's start, enough talking. So firstly, let's plan how do we do that. Firstly, you see we have a background image. So now the question is, how can we have a background image of React Native? They have a nice component called image background. So let's use that. So go back. Firstly, let's import Tailwind over here, and what I will do, I will give flex on to my wrapper. So Tailwind flex 1. Now the question is, why I'm giving flex 1 here? What's the reason? The reason behind this is a new questions. Tailwind CSS not result in, oh sorry, I didn't install the package. Okay, my bad. Here, add. Okay, adding it. So now the question is, why I am using flex 1. So when we do flex 1, what it does, it will take all the available space have on the screen. So we need that, right? So we can test that by busy blue 300. So if I save this, you see we have a full screen view, but if we remove the flexon, we don't see that. So that is how we take up all the screen size. So now it's our time to use a background image. So let's do that. So image background, nice. And here it's not auto importing, so let's import by ourselves. So what do we have to pass here? We have to pass something called a source. So a source is just like src as we use on web. So as I will use an URL, so I have to pass something called URI. Okay, when I will do external image source, then what is my image? Here it is. So I'll use this one. Then I have to pass something called an URI inside the source, and now I have to pass some other things like resize mode. So why resize mode? Why do we need that? So what resize mode allows us to do, it allows us to, oh, not resize method, it have to be resize mode. So resize mode cover. So in comparing to web, resize mode cover is as we do object fit cover, that is similar to resize mode. That means the image will take up the space of the wrapper, but it will not stress. Okay, that is how it will do. So, and also we need our width and height. So let's do that also. You could copy from here. So for now, just put flex on and see what happens. So save it. You see that we immediately got our image. Nice. So we're on step further. Now we have our background image. So what we will do next now, So let's go back to our design. So here we first see a nice text and a little logo over here. So let's create that. First of all, what I will do, and also so also there have a login right over here. So let's create it. Firstly, what I will do, I'll create a view. So view is as similar to an div or division and web as we do, but here we call it view. Okay, so let's take a view, and here we need this image, this one, right? So for this I will use this nice little coffee image. So to use image on React Native, we need something called an image component. So that is just image, and it's a single component. So here we have to pass a source. So source is URI, and here I will give the image source. Also I have to pass a width and height. So how could we do that? So to do that, I'm using Tailwind CSS. So let's give width of 12 and height of 12 as well. Save it. Let's see what we get here. Cannot read the variable image, so we need to import that up. VS Code is not auto importing, it's weird, but we see that over here looks little not very small. So let's make it little bigger now, 16, or maybe what I'll do, make it 20. Okay, that looks nice. Now we need to put this on the center. How could we do that? So so what we could do, okay, let's close this one, also this one, also Tailwind one. So see, we have we could see this as a view. Also we could make another view for this and another for the skip button. Okay, so to do that, let's wrap this image with another view. Okay, so we are already getting nested view structure already. Okay, and also what I will do, I will put that on the bottom of the scheme. So how could we do that? Self end. So if we put self end, okay, I made a little mistake. Self end, so then it will go to the end, but we don't do that. We wanna put it on the center, self center. So now it will be centered, and to put this on the end, so what I will do, justify end. So now it's on the end, which is cool. Okay, cool. Now what I will do, I will take a text over here. So to use a text on React Native, we have a component called text, which is cool. So what text we could put? Let's enjoy the coffee. Ooh, that is nice. And let's give it a style. So to style something, we have something called style prop, and there we pass our styles. Okay, so for the text, which style will pass? So first save, and we will get an error, text is not defined. I don't know why VS Code is not on auto importing, sucks, but okay, let's not panic. So we have it. Let's enjoy the coffee. Now you see they are not perfectly centered. Okay, so we gotta center them. How could we do that? So to center the item, and in default, as a default behavior, all the thing on all the elements, all the view, everything is flexbox. Okay, React Native uses something called flexbox, and the flex is on column type. Okay, not in the row. flex direction is not row, it will be on the column. So let's put them on center. So how could I do that? So we'll do that by items, center. If we save, now you see the both are centered. Oh well, so now we need to make the text little bigger and bold. So let's do that. So text, we'll do Excel and font bold. So this is the greatest part of Tailwind CSS. You see how easy it is to write. And also text white. Okay, already looks nice. So it I will give it a spacing from the top of 10, not 10, maybe 4 from the coffee. And also for the bottom I will give maybe MB 10. Okay, already looks nice. Let's enjoy the coffee. Okay, cool. So what I will do, I'll go forward. Then we need something called a login button. So let's move on next. We are done with it. So let's get another view, and this will contain our buttons. So let's create a button. How can we create a button? So there are two options. We can use the default button of React Native. Okay, but the problem is that is not that nice, and you cannot edit so much there. Okay, like the Android default button. But if we use if we can create our own button. So let's do that. I'll go with the creating our own button. So of course on the button we can touch a button, right? So to feel the touch we need something called untouchable opacity. So what touchable opacity does, when touchable opacity, I don't know what happened with my autocomplete. Touchable opacity. Okay, this component touchable opacity, I don't know what they're doing with it. Touchable opacity, let's import that. So touchable opacity, nothing here. So we need a text. So let's put the text over here and let's name it go inside. Go inside and save it. See what happened. So what touchable opacity does, if we click, you see it's showing that I'm clicking here. Okay, so that is what it's doing actually. And we need to put everything on the center. So we could do the same thing as we did before. Save it. Okay, nice. So we're gonna style the button, right? But before that, first we need spacing. So for the margin, for the bottom I will provide margin of 16, and for the top I might provide 10. Okay, now it well, no, not put 10 over top. This looks nice. Okay, let's create a button. Go inside. So okay, nice. So let's do that. So firstly, what I will do, I will give it a width. So width of maybe 5 by 6, and busy white and border. Okay, so just to show you what happening, let me show you by this width. So as I given self center, that's why it's going center but not taking the whole space. Okay. So let's make it rounded. Rounded full. Okay, and justify. justify center, and items center. So now the text will be horizontal and vertically centered, but we cannot see that because our text color is white. So let's make it black. Now we can see that. So let's remove margin top. Let's make the size smaller, base. So yeah, now it's much smaller, and also we don't need the bold font. Now we need a little bit of padding, right? So let's give it a padding. I think we should give the width to our wrapper, not here. So if I give, let's see what happened. Nothing actually happening. That's fine. So let's give flex 1. So okay, no, not flex 1, with full. Okay, so we are not having full width. That is cool. Full. No, so when we'll have the full width, when we'll remove the self. That's it. But let's give it a horizontal padding, px maybe 4. Okay, that looks nice. Okay, maybe a little bit. Okay, cool. Okay, so now it needs some padding, right? So how can we get padding? So let's get some padding vertically, py 4. Oh, that looks nice. This looks cool. Already it looks cool. So let's go inside. Okay, nice. Now we need a button called skip on the top. So for that we'll use something called absolute positioning. So firstly, let's make our wrapper relative. Remember, when you will work with absolute, never forget to make the parent relative, otherwise you will get a lot of problem. Relative, so made it. Now what I will do, I need a button. So let's just copy this button and put it over here. Save it. We got a new button, but let's first style the button, then we will go forward. So we don't need background first, but we need border, and border white, of course. So now we have a border and text must be white. Okay, and the text should be skip and not full width. Okay, cool. So now let's put it over here. How could we do that? So first we will give it an absolute position. Absolute. Ooh, you see that? It's immediately on the bottom, and then from the top it will be 10 or maybe 12, and from the right it will be 4. Now it's over there, so let's reduce from the top of 6, and from left is right. Now we need a horizontal padding, so px maybe I will put 6. Okay, that looks much better, and let's make it a little smaller, so 2. And for this let's give it 5, and for the font size let's give it excess. Now it looks small and looks nice. So and let's make the font size a little bit bigger here. Let's enjoy the coffee, also make the icon little bit bigger, so 24 or maybe 28. Okay, so with that being said, we are pretty much made a nice little welcome screen which looks nice. So that was a really quick tutorial to show how to make this one. I hope you liked it. See you. Bye bye.